Hello, so I thought I would do a video update on the allotment because I did one for May and I did one for June, but I didn't do one for July. So here's August's one for anyone who's interested. So it's been really productive this year. I've been really pleased with how things have grown. So in this bed we've got leeks which are starting to come on a lot better now, which I'm really chuffed about, so hopefully they should keep us going through winter. They're really coming on now. I'll need to earth them up a bit and then make them nice and white. In the middle we've got what was spring onions, however they've kind of gotten quite big now, so they're basically onions, but still they'll be tasty, so I've been digging some of those up today. Beetroot, which I kind of did little bits successionally, so we've got some that's not quite so far on and then that slightly further on, and I've really been enjoying the beetroot. We've got this which I got from another allotment here. I'm assuming it's like some sort of like red cabbage, I assume, or something of that ilk. Not totally sure what it is, but it seems to be doing okay in its little TP for now until I need to do something else with it. Over in the big bed we've got lots of squash and pumpkins, and they have been pretty vigorous, as you can see. I'm chuffed though that they've done so well. So far I'm really gutted because this one was coming along quite nicely, but then when I came today it changed so much since yesterday. It's all sort of spongy and mouldy, so I had to pick that one off. But that said, I've still got my mammoth one that you can see through there, and there's a few other ones kind of decent size. That is one, maybe just see that there. That one's coming along, and there's a few others, so fingers crossed. Even if I just get a handful of squash and pumpkins, I'll be so chuffed. The sweet corn is looking rather nice, and if you look here you can see where the corns will be, so that's pretty exciting. Over here we've got the broad beans. I've had heaps of broad beans off of these, which basically I just blanched and froze so that we've got them for through the winter, but there's still plenty more coming, so I'll need to pick some more once they're a little bit bigger and then do the same with them. We have actually got mixed in here, there are actually dwarf beans as well, and actually I think if I remember correctly I did see some beans. Here we go, some little beans there, so they just need to get out of the way. They just need to grow a little bit, but I have got some more beans there, so that's quite nice. And then rhubarb's still actually looking not too bad, so I've picked off a few stems, maybe make a nice crumble. Just this will be the last month that I'll pick any rhubarb and then just let it all die down. This bed is a little bit non-existent. Bit disappointed with this one. Did have pak choi, but despite trying fleece and despite trying netting, it looks pretty worse for wear now, but it was properly done. The pak choi and the Brussels sprouts have not really survived, so I think we're basically just going to scrap that. A bit disappointed because I really wanted Brussels sprouts for Christmas, but hey ho. And then this year I had 2 courgettes in here. This one has got a few flowers actually. They've just come off, so I don't know how these ones are gonna do, to be honest. And then these ones, I've had 1 courgette so far, but these they almost seem to be looking a bit mouldy, so I don't know, we'll see. They have got powdery mildew on them anyway, so but the first year that I did courgettes, they did so well, so I don't know. I have got my strawberries in here, but what I'm planning to do the next time I'm up is actually dig them all out. I'm going to take so many of them home with me and put them, I've actually got an old washing basket, so what I'm doing is I'm putting so many in the top and then putting little ones around the sides as well. So I'm just going to do that, and then with a few of the rest of them I'm going to put, see that weedy, very weedy, just pretend that that's not weeds. However, the pollinators love the clover, so you know, I'm going to put a few over there as well, and then the rest, well, I could always just leave for any allotment neighbours if they want, but yeah, I'm just going to dig that out because I feel like I love strawberries, I love them, but I would need to realistically be here every day or every other day to get them. And I've tried netting them and covering them so that birds and slugs, and I've got my straw down, but they just always seem to get them. So I feel like I've got a few plants at home and they do so much better. They just don't seem to get attacked. So I'm gonna take, for the most part, most of these home, maybe put a few others in another pot at home, put a few over there, and that'll be that. So that is kind of this bed and this bed over here, and then over here we've got onions. So I've pulled up half of them, as you can see, and there's some actually down there that I'll be taking home with me, and then I've got the rest of them, so I will dig them up in a bit as well and store them, and they'll keep, hopefully. And then I've dug up half of this bed, which I think was red Duke of York's potatoes. So I've still got the other half, so I'm just going to keep them in there. What I have done, apart from at the top bed up there, I have cut all the shores of the potatoes because they didn't have blight, but they were just obviously going over as they do and going yellow. So I've cut them all off, but I'm starting to work my way through them. So some of them I may just leave in the ground for a little while, some of them I may just dig up and kind of like bag them at home, maybe get some hessian bags. I have dug up a little patch, as you can see here. They're Charlotte potatoes, so I'm so excited to have them. They'll be yummy. I can't remember, I'll have to check my book, but these are all potatoes as well here. And then in here is the brassicas. I think you can maybe just about see some kale. Let's have a little peek. There's some kale there, a little bit eaten, but not too bad. A little bit of kale. There's still cabbages that I need to actually pull up. That is some broccoli that, quite honestly, I don't know how well that's going to do. I never seem to have much success with broccoli. I must admit, they always seem to get eaten somehow. That said, moving on to other broccoli, this is my purple sprouting broccoli, and touch wood, don't want to speak too soon. There are some casualties like those leaves, but I'm okay about those leaves. They can be eaten. They're on the edge as well, on the net, so I suppose. But as long as the actual broccoli itself in there survives, I will be happy. So fingers crossed next spring I will have some purple sprouting broccoli, because I've tried this several times and I never have any success. Never. I don't know why. Brassicas just don't seem to, like root veg and legumes and everything, they always seem to do well for me here. But brassicas, I think it's maybe just because especially when I was working, if I can't be here every day, because I don't drive, I can't just pop up quickly. It takes me an hour to get here and back. So it's quite a trek, really. So because I can't be here every day, I think that's it. If I could be here every day, I could slug watch, basically. But every time I seem to grow brassicas, they always seem to get eaten to death. So I've had better success this year, so I'm happy. At least my kale's doing well, and so far so I will be checking on this all the time, because I want at least a few purple sprouting broccolis. I will. The bed behind it, that's going to be turnips. I'm hopefully growing some more turnips for through kind of into the autumn. Yeah, this is the rest of the brassicas, as I say. And then up here we've got the other variety of potatoes. I can't actually remember which one this was, but this is another variety of potatoes. But because they're still quite green, apart from those, I'll maybe leave that another week before I just chop them off. And then we've got my very wonky apple tree, which really I need to get a bigger, better stake and just pull that forward, because it's leaning out onto the communal path. But it's got, look at these apples. So excited. My allotment neighbour actually let me try one of her apples today, which was delicious. But yeah, look at these. That's so exciting. So yeah, so that's that. And then we've still got a few raspberries. I don't know if you can see, that's really zoomed out. There we go. There's a few raspberries there, so that's my Glencoe's. This is also a little bit wild at the moment, but what you can maybe see as I've been going around is I've just been putting down some sort of weed suppressant, whether it's the black plastic or carpet or whatever. I've been doing that, so that's what I've been working on the past 4 days. and just trying to like cover it, because another one of my allotment neighbours is hopefully going to get me some bark, so then that'll neaten everything up. But yeah, this bit is still, I still need to do this bit here, just finish off this bit, and then that bit along there, and the bit at the top. This really needs a tidy, so I need to do that bit as well and get that all ready. But yeah, apart from that, I feel like it's looking quite good. This corner, I quite like the Achillea. It's got Achillea and it's got poppies just kind of that have self-seeded through it. So I think I'm probably going to keep that like that, because I like that just through the raspberries. And this bit in the corner is a little bit too wild for me, but what I have done, you can't even see it now, but there's like a little bug hotel that I've made at the back. So that bit I don't really intend to kind of tidy it too much, because I quite like to encourage the wildlife, you know. I feel like sometimes if you're too tidy, then they won't come. So I've still got a few raspberries as well on this one. You can maybe just about see over there. So I'm just still picking a few raspberries, but they've been delicious. They're starting to go over a little bit now. But yeah, so that is kind of what I've been up to, and what the allotment has been providing us with. So far, yeah, we've had potatoes, we've had turnips, beetroot, had a few of my onions, obviously, lots of broad beans, raspberries. We did have strawberries. I've had a cabbage from here. So yeah, it's been really, really fruitful actually this year. I'm really chuffed. So that is the allotment. So yeah, I just thought I would show you that, since it is just coming to the end of National Allotment Week. I thought I would just show you the plot, and I suppose, oh, I quite like that bed. That bed's looking good. And then I'll show you excuse the bag over there, that's just me bagging up all the produce for tonight's dinner. And then looking over to the hills, that's my allotment neighbour's allotment, which is way tidier than mine, but we'll just ignore that. So yeah, that's the plot. Bye!